Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 6 of season 2 of the Multi-Life podcast. Remember to go follow our Instagram at multilife.pod. And now we're going to go around and say hello.
Hey everybody, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks older, 2 weeks smarter. Anthony here. How's everyone doing? Happy to be back.
Good. I'm
What you
well,
got there, man?
my cat really wants to be participating, I guess, right now.
I guess our animals are, a little.
Both acting up today.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Garrett. Glad to be back. Let's get ready for another podcast opening.
Hi, I'm Melissa Ann. Sorry, I completely missed my cue. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Hey everyone, I'm Spencer, and welcome to our podcast.
Yes.
Woo! All right, guys. Our first section, the review section, everyone's favorite section. I actually don't know if it's everyone's, but like, hey, wait, actually, do y'all like the review section more, or do you like the discussion section more when we're recording these episodes? What do y'all look forward to? Or does it depend?
The
Probably
review.
mostly the review section because I feel like when we were um for formatting our podcast and what it would be about, we all agreed that we wanted to focus on the music part.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think most of our reels reflect that anyways, right?
Hmm.
Like most of our parts are based off of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I definitely feel more passionate, I guess, about the actual music part of it over the whole all-encompassing topics that we might cover on.
Today's
Anyway,
topic is fun though, so stay tuned to the end.
it is
It's going to be
because
very fun. I'm
it's a
super
little
excited,
both. It's a
actually,
little
ironically,
both.
today for the topic.
Cool. So as we get into this, just as a reminder for how we rate our songs, we rate our songs K1 through K5, with K1 being dislikable and K5 being repeatable.
All right, so we're going to kick it off by talking about Chest by Just Be. So Just Be is a new-ish boy group. They're not like rookies or anything, but they're a bit newer on the scene and still a bit of a smaller group that not everybody might know. But if you watched Island, which is the survival show that formed in Hypen, two of the members of Just Be competed on Island. So you might, if you watched it, you might recognize them. It was Gonu and Shiu. Shiu was actually known as Jimin or JM or Jimin on the show. Then he had a JM stage name in Just Be because there's another member of Just Be that's also called Jimin.
I see.
And then now he's legally changed his name to Shiu, so that's what he goes by. But anyway, that's just some background on the members of
Is
Just
there
Be.
like a boy band equivalent of Chaeyoung?
Oh, wait, like where multiple people have
Yeah,
that
just
name.
like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many people have that name. Yeah.
I remember there's this one like year-end award show stage where it was just idols with the name Jaehyun performing together. And
That's
there was
funny.
like five of them, so I guess maybe that would count. But it was like Jaehyun from NCT, Jaehyun from N Flying, Jaehyun from something like they were,
Mhm.
and they all sang a
Mhm.
song together. I thought that was really cute.
It reminds me of like it reminds me of that one video of a graduation. I don't know if it's like a high school or a college graduation or whatever, but as the people are walking across the
Oh,
stage,
No.
when they're like X like Patel, and then
Yeah.
everyone else goes like three Patel, four, and they get up to like 16, 17, 18 Patels. It's so funny. But that's how I feel because I'm
oh
like
my gosh.
even with Jimin, I'm like that even goes into like that's a pretty androgynous name. Like there are plenty of
Yes.
female idols who are named Jimin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's because there's AOA's Jimin, there's BTS
Mm-hmm.
Jimin, there's two Jimins in Just Be, and then there's also another girl Jimin that I can't.
Is it Karina?
Yes, yes, from
Yeah.
aespa. Her name is actually
Mm-hmm.
Jimin. So yeah, I think Felix is. I want to say Felix is from Stray Kids' younger sister is named Jimin.
That's a shout.
So there's that connection. But okay, going back to Just Be song Chest. Um, I was blown away when I first heard this song. So outside of K-pop, y'all might know that I really enjoy hyperpop. And so this is just straight up my alley. Like, I feel like we've seen a lot of hyperpop inspired K-pop, like aespa is probably the biggest example, but I've really struggled to find a K-pop group that can just full on do the hyperpop sound. Like if you want Korean hyperpop, it's usually like smaller indie artists that you have to go seek out. Um, and so I was like, this is exceptionally good. This is an exceptionally good hyperpop song in general. And then let alone like done by a K-pop band. And I did some digging, and turns out it's written by Kim Jae, who's a really prolific hyperpop writer, producer kind of guy. He's done songs for Eric Doa and Tu Hollis, is I think how you say it. If you're in that hyperpop world, you'll know who they are, and their music is really good as well. And they're not Korean, so he's like well established in the general hyperpop world, and so he's now contributing to a K-pop boy group's song. And I I don't even have any more notes for it because it's just so good. I mean, obviously I would rate it a K5. Um I do kind of wish it had a more structured chorus because I think it starts out with the chorus, but it sounds like a verse, and then you're like, oh wait, that's actually the chorus. But I think that's part of the beauty of it. It's like, no, we're not gonna do a traditional like verse, chorus, verse, bridge kind of thing. Like this is gonna be the messy, crazy, out there hyperpop sound, and uh, we're just gonna totally embrace it. So I loved it. And I watched the music video right before we started recording, and it was really good. It's called a special video, and I assume that's because there's no choreography in it. Um, it's just lots of like different shots of them doing different things, and their acting is really good. Like their facial expressions are really good. So, highly recommend watching that, and I think it fit the aesthetic of the song very, very well.
Hmm.
What did y'all think about it? Do y'all typically like this kind of like hyperpop sound, Garrett Spencer?
I feel like I like it every once in a while. I don't think I like listen to it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Garrett, I know that I know you listen to a lot of like classical music, but I know you listen to a lot of genres outside of K-pop. Like what kind of genres do those touch on?
Uh, Wait, what?
Like what you listen to outside of K-pop. What kind of genres do
Oh.
you like find yourself enjoying?
Mainly just listen. Well, right now I've been like in my classic rock for the 70s and 80s lately.
Oh,
Mm,
Uh, but other than that, I just usually just go from different genres based on how I'm feeling. So, like 2 months ago is classical music, and then like,
I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, you were playing Latin music a lot.
oh yeah, yeah.
wow.
So,
nice.
Uh, but I mean, just to go back on this song, I really enjoyed the background music. I liked the song. It was pretty good. But I don't know if it's the genre hyperpop, but I don't know how to put it. I just don't know if their voices were quite good to me. Like I don't know if the voices were is what fit the video or the song,
Okay.
but it seemed like I would probably want a different group to do it. Not that I would know
Interesting.
what group I would
Yeah.
want. I don't know. The song was fine. It's just the voices didn't sound right to me.
Was it like
It,
too youthful, maybe?
maybe, yeah,
Because
probably
they
too
do have like
youthful.
very airy young
Yeah,
voices,
I
which
didn't.
I thought was a good contrast. But I guess if you didn't like the contrast, then yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's a good way to phrase it. The youthful, airy sound I didn't quite enjoy.
Mm.
Yeah. My first impressions of this song were like just instantly turning on the song and hearing the instrumental, hearing like the kind of scratchiness, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
that you get when it just feels like the audio is kind of like breaking down, like
Yeah.
as it's getting amplified. And it like reminded me of like I don't know if I've heard that type of instrumental like basis of the song since like I'm thinking like Bite Me, I Chillin', that type
Yeah, that's another
of
very good song. Yeah.
that the instrumental immediately reminded me of that, but this one has a bit more of the melodic
Hmm.
like hyper pop typical like like just going
Yeah.
everywhere or whatever, but
Yeah.
it kind of builds out a chord. Like the faster you play it, it builds along a chord structure, so it goes along together really well. And I think that is how the um I think that's a cool part about how the vocals kind of mesh along with that just so busy instrumental. That's what it is. It's very busy.
Mhm.
Um I thought this was a really quick like this is a really good like club banger. Like if I were
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
club, this would be something that I would want to be on and energizing the crowd. And um yeah, it was I was very impressed, and I definitely can like this was a song that definitely if I had heard independently I would have sent it to Melissa Ann immediately, because
Yeah.
it's just so it feels so um yeah, just representative of what I view Melissa Ann's like taste in music to be. So I'm like this yeah, instantly I was like okay, yeah, I definitely see what Melissa Ann was so excited about.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I pretty much agree with like Melissa Ann and Anthony. I don't know what Garrett's talking about because I love how they sound just as a group, like how all of their voices come together. I think they sound really well. And I thought the instrumental was good too. Um, but I don't think anything stood out to me in the song. Like hearing their voices, if it was more like an a cappella thing, I think they sound really good. Um, but I just don't think like the song was it catchy to me. But I mean, I liked it, so I don't know if that those two opinions clash or not. But um, and then my at least for instrumentally, my favorite part of the song was actually the ending with that like reverbing
My favorite
sound.
times when it's over.
I mean, I just wish that they had maybe used that like ending reverbing like I don't know what like synth sound. Like it's just like one note that's kind of echoing, I guess. I don't know. But it's like if you watch the music video, it's the sound when they're like panning the like headshots like super slowly and then it's like followed by the quote like on the screen.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's like masterpiece. So, you know, like if they had used that part maybe in the beginning of the song, like as a kind of an introduction, and then like you're playing like this super slow like instrumental part, and then you like cut to the chase immediately, like marking the start of the song. I think that sound really cool. Um, but yeah, so
yeah. Nice. Yeah, also I read something that Just Be is transitioning to being a self-producing group. So,
mm,
apparently Gonu there is choreography to it. It's just not shown in the music video, but Gonu choreographed it. And then there's a few members that are credited for, I guess, composing and lyrics in the credits of the song. So kind of cool that they're just embracing like this is we're gonna take ownership of how we sound and perform, and it's gonna be super what I consider pretty out there, but they're embracing it. They're not going with like a generic crowd pleaser to start with. So
Definitely.
the singular bark
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
he's been
yeah.
barking the last like 2 minutes. I've been
It's okay. No, it's
I've been
okay.
trying to keep it on the down low.
Your reel that had Sherlock when you were talking to Sherlock because you were yelling about Yeji. That one, I think that one did pretty well.
That's funny.
Yeah. So maybe Sherlock is gonna help us get more
Yeah.
Yeah,
followers.
So,
maybe I should actually bring him in frame.
Oh,
Maybe
honestly, that would probably get
that
a
would
lot of
boost
views.
engagement.
Yeah. If we make it the little
Hashtag
thumbnail.
corgi, hashtag yep. That's classic.
Sherlock reacts to K-pop
Oh
series.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
Oh yeah. All right, what's next? What we got next on the docket?
Spencer.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
It's all over the
Sorry,
place today.
I was kind of prepared to like intro Solar, but no, I forgot that's
Do
on
you
me.
want to? You wanna do Solar? I'm down to do Isna.
If we want to start on a good note, then yeah.
Oh great.
Right.
Okay, bet. Well, this group, Isna, this is their first comeback. I
Yeah.
missed their debut somehow. They debuted in November, I think, late
Yeah.
last year. So I will just say straight off the bat, I will need to go check out that first EP because this is just a single, just the one release.
Yeah.
So, first of all, they're very pretty. I was like the first
Yeah.
thing I noticed about the group is just like the group in general is very pretty. It's like kind of I know a lot of people say that about like ITZY. It's just like as a group, they're just a very pretty, very presentable group. I feel the same way about this group. Just looking like in the first like 40 seconds or whatever, like the first group shot or seeing them, I was like, oh, they like they're pretty good as a group, as a collective. But the vocals were really, really good. Especially I like the third line in the chorus. I'm glad that I was a little worried in terms of like um I was worried that the song was going to fall into this sort of like repetition trap where it happens a lot in, I don't remember the exact note currently, but um when they're in the chorus and they do like the sa like that kind of thing, I was worried. And then the next one, the like they say ojikna hyangan green light, but when they say green light instead of like green la it's like green la or however they change the tone or whatever. If they had just done the same note da 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 da, or even like changed it once and then da 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 da, I'm like that feels a lot more bare bones, like lackluster, would get very tiring to the ears. But the just even that little variation does a lot for, I think, the longevity of the enjoyment of the song. um but yeah, I honestly had a very good time listening to this song. The MV, they looked, everyone looked great. The shots looked fantastic. I thought that their outfits looked particularly striking. um and yeah, I just enjoyed this. As a very good first impression for this group for me, for sure. I will be checking out their debut song.
Yeah, they were actually formed through the second season of Island. Island 2. So Island 2 is the girls' version. Um so I think it's pretty impressive how, because you said they all look really good together as a group, but considering that it was like they're all they weren't all like
It wasn't like a
picked.
planned
Yeah.
inclusion. Yeah,
So that's pretty impressive how it turned out that way, that everybody
definitely.
that got voted to win looks all really good together, because I
Mhm.
completely agree. Um it's funny you brought up the because that's like pretty much my only nitpick thing of the song. I would rate it a K4, and I rate it's playlistable in the sense that it was on my like chill K-pop playlist that I don't listen to a ton, but I think I might actually, it's bordering on moving it to my main K-pop playlist that I listen to every day. It's a good song, and I like it way better than their debut Izna. That one sounded a little bit like Izna vibes, were like I Do Me vibes from Kiki, a little bit like very, yeah. You'll see what I mean. I'm curious to hear Anthony's thoughts on if Izna sounds like I Do Me or has the same vibes, but I felt like,
I
so
can see that.
you can see it, okay.
Yeah.
Um they sing it really high too, so it just sounded really, really airy to me and like very weak. And it's not their fault for being like bad vocalists, but that's like an incredibly high note to sing a chorus on. And so what I wish they had done, and I feel like would make this song like cement it as a K4, maybe even a K5 for me, is if they just went like sign, 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 or something like that, and just like had it
Instead of just the
stronger.
vowel.
Just because if it's just the vowel, you don't even it doesn't even like sound like they're saying sign
Uh,
because
uh,
it's so
uh.
high that they're like sa and you're like, oh, sign. But if they just like sign, 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 I don't know, it'd be easier to sing along with. But I mean, other than that, it's a great song and they look really, really pretty in the music video.
Yeah, I think you took like my notes away from me because I
Oh.
pretty much had the I pretty much had the exact same thing. At least about the chorus, like it just the well, I mean, the whole song to me kind of felt airy, but primarily the chorus, it just they were trying to like reach a note and like hold it, and it wasn't like working out, I don't think. So I think that's why I would probably rate it a K3, maybe a K2.
Oh.
I don't know. The song kind of just sounded bland to me. And then um like my favorite parts of the song was like after the kind of the airy part in the by saying sign is like how some of the members would like bring us back down to reality, like where we're actually at, like what we can actually do with like a good sound. Um that was the part of the songs that the part of the song that I liked. Um and then a 1 minute build up and like introduction like for the song is just crazy. Like it by 50 seconds I was like, okay, so when are we gonna get to the chorus? It's just taking forever.
Oh.
And like for a 2 minute, like 46-second song, like
Yeah.
it's it's just kind of forever, it felt like. And the song just kind of felt slow to me. So I don't know if I wanted it sped up or if the pacing was just slow. So yeah, just I don't know. But I thought they sounded better in Izna, like their debut song. They just sounded better in that. So it was a little disappointing for their comeback, but I didn't listen to the whole mini album um at their debut. So I just heard the title track. So
Oh, there's this. Okay, wait. If you haven't listened to their B-sides from their debut album,
mhm.
um, there's a really, really good song that I'll recommend real quick. One second. It is Drip.
Mm.
Drip, drip, drip.
Yeah. Drip and Fake It. I really liked.
Okay.
So make sure to check those out for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, those were good. So actually I'm reading that so they're signed to Izna is a South Korean girl group under Wake One produced by Teddy Park. So Teddy Park, I think is it the same Teddy that's done like all the Blackpink songs? Let's
That's a
see.
great question.
Yes, he is.
The goat.
He produced for Blackpink and Chonsomi. But yeah.
There you go.
Well, we'll end on a good note then for Isna. I really enjoyed this song. I think it definitely has potential to be K5. I
Oh
feel like
wow.
what is stopping me from making it a K5 is just because it's not from a well-known girl group. Well,
You
I
don't
say
feel as
well-known.
connected to them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like this is
Spencer's
my
like,
first
what?
time listening to this group. But I thought the music was really good. The voices are great. The lyrics were really good. I really enjoyed it. So I don't know what Melissa Ann and Spencer are talking about. But what is that one American pop song that kind of sounds like when they say sign I
That
but they
one.
say like shooting star or something like that.
Oh, I
You
know.
know who
It's
we are.
yeah, we don't like who we are or whatever by
Uh,
Kesha.
Mm.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that Kesha song, yeah.
We
We're
are
going
who we
hard, like the
are.
world is
Wait, that's such a good
ours,
connection.
yeah.
We know a Kesha
We
fan.
don't like
Wait, you know what we should do, Garrett? You know that bald guy that goes like this for like that was such
That
a
No.
bald
bad
guy who goes like this.
You want me to recreate
Okay,
him?
there's this one guy on Instagram that's bald and he's always like pointing out how songs sound similar or like how
I yeah,
Oh
okay, I
yes,
know
yes,
who you're
yes,
yes,
yes.
I
He's
know who
like
you're
the
talking
kind of like the
about.
DJ
Garrett,
looking guy.
yes, yeah. So Garrett can literally be like
That's really good.
and I'll put like Kesha and then
Oh
Izna.
my gosh.
All right,
Does this
editor,
song
you know
sound
what to
familiar?
do.
You know- so good. All right, Spencer. You're now that I took this introduction from you, you get to take my
Oh my
place.
gosh. Okay. Well, I just want to first start off, but like, I don't know how people can like not like Solar. So,
That's
um,
real.
I loved the song. I would rate it a K5. Um, I just instrumentally, I really liked the trumpet sounds. Um, but I at least like lyrically, I love how I don't know. She compliments herself so well with her with like the background sounds. Um, I think my favorite parts of the song are the times when she like makes these weird sound not weird sounds, but she makes it I forgot what it's called.
Like
She
ad
makes the yes, that.
Oh, ad-libs.
Where she's like she says like hey or like haha or like woo. So,
Those are the three. Yeah, that's the Holy
yeah,
Trinity.
those are the three that stood out to me. But she makes so many more, and I think they all sound amazing. Like when they're they're placed in the song perfectly. So when you listen to it as a whole, I think it sounds amazing. So, but maybe I'm biased for, liking her. So,
No, that's real. Yeah, she's always been. I think "Egotistic" was the first Mamamoo song I heard,
mm.
and I mean, obviously, Solo looks extremely good in that music video. So that was my first introduction to her. She's always been my number one. Um, yeah, I like. I'll say it every time it comes up. I like synth and bass guitar instrumentals. And like Spencer, you brought up the trumpets. Yeah, the brass add-ins do.
hmm
They do. They're not there like a lot, but when they are, I like the addition that they have. I really like the upbeat vibe that this song has and like Honey has, where her
Yes.
her last comeback, Colors, was really it really just felt like a walkway song, but not in the way that like it was like I don't know. It was like a yes, that's how I would describe it as a walkway song, but I don't like it in the same way I like Whiplash. It's a different like
Do you mean Runway?
do I mean runway? Yeah, I do mean runway.
I was like,
Walkway.
what's a walkway?
A walkway, a runway.
I think
Yeah.
you're thinking about a runway
Project
walk.
Runway. Yes, the runway walk. This sounds like a runway song, one that would play when one walks on a runway. um so yes, but I like that this is not that. And I would say that just in general this song doesn't stand overall to more of my favorite solo tracks. I like the components, but I found myself already by the end of the song kind of being like I could already feel it like waning a little bit, like the novelty of it had waned by the last like literal like 4 bar 8 bar sequence. uh and so I can kind of tell that it's like an enjoyable song, but if I overplayed it, it would get skipped on my playlists very often. So leave that how you will. But I thought the song was enjoyable. I thought it was a good shift directionally from her previous track. And yeah, I think I'd probably rate it currently at K3.5. It might get thrown in a playlist that's big enough to where it won't come on often enough to where I'll I'll not like it. It'll probably come on just often enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, I like this song. So, yeah.
I would rate this a K2. To be honest, I was not as prepared for this episode as I prepare for other episodes just because of life. But I don't think I actually listened to this song in its entirety. I was just kind of like skipping around.
That's the Melissa Ann
Mm.
classic.
Yeah.
I'll literally will put on like so we have like review channels, right, that will post like new songs, and sometimes I'll post something that like either just came out or what have you, and then Melissa Ann like a minute later will K2. And I'm like, you did not even listen to the song. And like one time I called her out and she was like, no, I actually had heard this like earlier today.
Yeah.
But then she admitted that indeed she does like we'll go through like a 6-song EP and be like click 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 click, and you'll be like, this song K3, everything else K2. Like it's really funny. It's really funny
Yeah.
that it's methodical, but it's not thorough all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got not in trouble, but like I definitely had to learn to change my ways when I joined my college's album listening club. Because like you have to listen to the whole album in order to contribute to the discussion. So that really forced me to slow down. But I definitely like have times where I feel really guilty for skipping around songs. But at the same time, I consider it as one of my criteria because it's like one of my biggest criteria is, are you able to capture my attention with how it starts, with the chorus, with a cool bridge? I don't know. So if I'm ready to skip, then that's already factored into how I rate it because you weren't able to keep my attention. So that's kind of how I justify it.
Got
But
TikTok brain rot. Who needs the instant dopamine hits?
yeah, maybe some of that thrown in too. But I would rate this song a K2. I thought it just sounded, I mean, it wasn't a bad song. Like, nothing was
So
like
it's not K1. It's not.
just a K2.
Yeah.
Just super forgettable. I don't know. I just thought it just sounded a little bit like a generic song. Somebody even asked in the comments, like, was this supposed to be a Mamamoo song? Because it just sounded like, I don't know, it just didn't sound fresh, I guess is what I was looking for. Um, so I just, yeah, that's it. Like, it just didn't capture my attention, didn't sound new to me, so that's why I would rate it the way it is. I don't dislike it, but it just didn't make me want to go back and listen to the whole thing or listen to it more. So
Well, it's unfortunate that that left you wanting more than just her song. That was pretty bad. But anyways,
oh, I see what you did there.
I was watching the cogs turn in Melissa Ann's head. I was like, when's it gonna connect?
I rated the song K3. Nothing stood out. The only thing I have in my notes is kind of catchy, but I think it's
It's because of the instrumental, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, synth and bass guitars, it's a good combo.
yeah. I kind of miss Honey. It makes me kind of want to go re-listen to that song.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
song is very bouncy. It's
Mhm.
like it's the same like song where you're bouncing you're bobbing your head to it, knocking your head up and down to it, but it's very like it's very much like a boo 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 boo, like the points of the beats are very strong and then it dies off and then it's like very pointed at the next beat and it dies off. That I like that kind of like it provides like a bounciness, kind of like Whiplash in that way too.
Yeah.
Of like the boom boom beat drop with a big flash, and you're just every time you're waiting for that start of the next beat. There's not a lot that flows together.
Speaking of Espa and then Spencer's earlier comments about ad libs, have y'all seen that one guy on Instagram that did like what if AOA Jimin sang Supernova by aespa or something like that.
Yeah, I think I did
And
get
I
that.
was laughing so hard because he's like, "Hey, AOA,
Yeah.
Supernova," and Jimin from AOA actually liked the reel
Ah, that's so
and like
good.
commented on it. Like she just put like the little hands up emoji
Mm,
on
Mm.
the video,
that's so
and
funny.
it's like so funny because he sounds exactly like her.
So good.
Okay, um, so now we're gonna talk about really quick, uh, ENHYPEN's new English song that came out. It's called Loose, and gosh, I heard the preview that they released on like TikTok and Instagram, and my heart just dropped when I heard it. I was like, I am not gonna like this. And the song came out, and I was just disappointed. Like, it's a good song. Like, objectively, it's a very, very good song. But let me just read. I posted it on my story because I post every new ENHYPEN release on my story because I am very dedicated and I still really love them no matter what they release. So somebody swiped up and was like, "Can we get an official analysis?" And so this is what I wrote. It's an okay song, but disappointed this is what they're going to be promoting in the US because they're actually in the US right now for to perform on Jimmy Kimmel and then to perform at Coachella. So they're kind of like, "Hey, this is ours like releasing our new English song, listen to it, catch us at Coachella" kind of promotional deal. I said, like, it's too low key and sounds like a Jonas Brothers reject. Everyone knows that Hypen thrives on the vampire concept, so if they did that but in English, it would show their colors and strengths so much better. I'm thinking like Bite Me, Fatal Trouble, Moonstruck, like those are like iconic songs in the fandom, and like it just bothers me when Hybe goes like, "Okay, we need an English song." And they just like find the most generic track ever to have the members sing on. And it's like, where's the identity? Like, I get there has to be a balance between making something palatable to Western audiences if you're going to promote there, but it's like, then it's not K-pop anymore. But then, like, I don't know. It's just frustrating. It's just really, really frustrating. But best of luck to them when they perform it. It's just so empty and slow to me and like not engaging. Um, Like they just if they did like they did an English version of Sweet Venom, like that would have been so much better than this song. So I'm just praying that people who aren't immediately captured by Loose when they're watching Jimmy Kimmel um still go and like listen to their other songs because that's just what I'm worried about, that they're like, "Oh, I didn't really
It's
like this
not
song," and they don't go check
representative
out
of
and hype
their.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm like, you're missing out on so much. So I think like because I'm such a big fan, I'm like extra critical of this. So, like disclaimer to I hope this if I make this a reel, I'm not like I hope nobody takes it out of context because I love and
She's a
hype it.
hater. Boo! Boycott multi-life.
No, because literally my mom and I were talking about like hobbies and nerdy hobbies in general, and she was like, you know, um, your dad and I sometimes get very surprised by how you react to hype and stuff. I was like, oh my God. I'm embarrassed.
Really funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
mean, we have like a pretty long today's topic, so we only planned for me to chime in, but if anybody has like very, very quick thoughts, I guess. Because my thoughts were bad, so I felt
no, it's okay. I'm excited for what's to come, honestly.
okay.
I'll just quickly say my thoughts. Mine's kind of in contrast to Melissa Ann, but I like agree with all of her notes. Like I loved it. I love that it's a chill beat. Um, but I would agree with like the identity too. Like I feel like if you were to show this to a like a Westerner, they would probably never guess that it was from like a K-pop group at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I liked it.
Cool. Thanks for
I also
balancing
liked
me
it.
out. Oh.
Yeah, I rated it K4.5. As a Westerner, I like the relaxed chill beat.
Yeah.
As a
Me and Garrett.
Westerner, as a white boys.
Yeah, as the token white man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, in lieu of March Madness and the
It's
unfortunate
April.
ending. Okay.
Yeah, hence why there's no March Madness, buddy.
Ooh, that's not true. There's March Madness still going on
That's true.
for.
It's like Oktoberfest. It's like Oktoberfest isn't actually in October. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, wait, I
It's
didn't know
always
that.
yeah, no, it's genuine. I feel like it's okay, let me confirm because like it'd be really funny if yeah, it starts in it's mostly in September. It's September 20th to October 5th. So it's mostly in September.
Yeah.
That's just Oktoberfest in yeah, in Munich. So the actual like official Oktoberfest. Anyway, yeah. Names don't mean anything. This just in. Okay, but yeah, in March Madness, you know, we've got I hope that y'all's brackets are doing better than mine, I'll just say. I don't know what I was cooking. I had Creighton go into the Final Four. That did not happen. So I donated $10 to someone in the office. That's ultimately what happened.
Oh my god.
But
Donated. That's a good word.
but what we're gonna go ahead and do today is we built a little March Madness bracket of 2024 K-pop songs, and I used challenge.com and had it randomly seed all of the songs that we came up with, and we just kind of did like a snake draft of each of us throws out a song that we all should know. So we haven't seen the bracket beforehand. Where I not even I have really looked at the bracket to see what we have. So I'm gonna share this tab, and we are gonna be able to start here. So I have it in Paint because challenge I didn't like log in or anything, so it's kind of like but it's fine. So we'll hit this little like winner.
Nice.
Winner of
Wiener. I mean,
Wiener.
winner of one.
wiener of one. But yeah, okay. So we'll start here. We're gonna go through, and we won't keep. Sherlock's going crazy. We're not gonna go too in depth. I think just a little surface level discussion, maybe, especially in this first round of 16. But as we move through, I think we'll just fill out the bracket and go from there. This will be kind of a collective thing. I think we should come to an agreement versus just strong arming people.
Okay,
but anyway, without
Girls
further
Never
ado,
Die. Girls
I
Never Die.
insta agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
I agree.
insta agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Super.
Yeah,
It sucks because I was the one that recommended both of these songs, and I love both, and they're super close. It's not like they're a far apart difference. But if I had to choose one, it'd be Girls Never Die.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just so nostalgic sounding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wife.
ABCD.
I'm on ABCD. Yeah.
ABCD.
What did you say, Garrett?
I said wife.
Oh, so it's a two on two.
I just feel like we had so much discussion when it came to Wife, though, and I think that's positive.
Well, because you spoke the most.
Did you listen to the full song, Melissa Ann?
I did. I watched the music video too.
But it was like the outfits, the everything. We loved the sounds that she wants to make.
I might cave. I might cave if they were like close, but I so prefer ABCD to Wife. Like it's not comparable for me. I mean, I get that she cooks cream soup.
Yeah.
But like, the taste has to be more than just Coco Loco. Okay, I'm just gonna coin flip. Okay,
Yes,
whenever
yes,
we
yes.
do this, I'm gonna coin flip. Melissa and heads or tails.
Heads.
Okay.
Goes
Hey,
heads.
we're the goats. Okay.
Best of three.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Okay. So next, crazy
Magnetic.
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 I agree.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think I do agree. Crazy is like probably one of my least favorite Le Sserafim title tracks.
Mm.
This one I'm going Untouchable.
Untouchable.
Yeah, untouchable.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, Untouchable is one of ITZY's better title tracks,
For
especially
sure.
in recent
Modern
recent
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not even looking at the first one, honestly. I'm Armageddon. Bad
Armageddon.
Villain, it's just unfortunate matchup,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
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 I don't know
agree with
how Armageddon got seeded 15th. That's crazy.
Yeah.
um. Anyway, okay. So now
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
Sorry,
I'ma stick
Garrett.
by
Very
my
different
pick.
vibes.
Bomb Gang.
I
into it.
agree. I'm gonna do
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
I got
Okay.
you.
I got you.
I got
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I might go Mantra, which is funny because
Really?
yeah, I would probably go Mantra. I
This
actually
guy's not a twice
maybe I've
stand.
just fallen off. Maybe I'm a hater.
I got you is so good.
Yeah.
Toxic till the end.
Sticky.
I'm going Sticky.
Well, this sucks because I also picked both of these songs.
Yeah.
But I really like. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have went first because I don't want to be the deal breaker.
Yeah.
But I want it to be a coin flip. Let's let
You want it to be a
RNG.
coin flip?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you choose heads or tails.
Mm. Oh, we'll go tails this time.
Ah,
Oh.
heads. It's Sticky.
I mean, Rosé.
Stick
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Stick it, stick it, stick it. Anyway. Okay, cool. So round of 16 in the books.
Mhm.
Honestly, I wasn't super close on any of these, which is funny. So we'll see how this one shakes up. I'm already okay. Girls Never Die or A B C D.
Girls never die.
Oh,
Wait, we're completing the whole bracket now?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
What else
This
did you
guy.
think we'd do?
I figured we would wait a week. That way we could get some.
Nah, bro. If we did that, we'd maybe start at the beginning of March.
You don't want to
Yeah.
get subscribers' inputs or follower inputs?
Yeah, you want to
Oh my
start like a series, part 1, our K-pop March Madness bracket. I mean, we can do that. We can farm the content over multiple weeks. This is
Oh my gosh.
this is the
We should do that as like a reels thing though.
exactly. Okay. So you think Girls Never Die that quick?
Yeah.
Quick.
But
You just gotta get stuck in his head, Melissa. La 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 la.
끝까지 가볼래 보기는 안 할래. But ABCD 반복해. How to Fall in Love. How to 쳐줄게. Come on, man. Okay, what do y'all think? So we have one vote for Girls Never Die. What do y'all think?
Girls never die.
G&D.
Well, then it doesn't even matter what I think. I'm gonna take that as an excuse to not make a decision. Let's go.
Oh, this is hard. Untouchable.
Magnetic or Untouchable?
I just feel a pull to Islet. I just feel a pull, man. Maybe it's magnetic. I don't know.
Did I feel like I'm leaning Untouchable.
I think I'd have to choose magnetic for how iconic the dance and
Yeah,
course,
I'm with
it's-
magnetic.
magnetic.
Yeah, we don't want to touch Itzy.
All right, man.
Gosh.
Maybe choose your words. Okay, I'm going Armageddon.
Armageddon. Actually, I would agree with that. Even though I barely listened to it, but
Yeah,
I like Something
I'm
Ain't
good with
Right.
Armageddon.
Oh, okay.
Bet W.
Well, some things ain't right, so
Something ain't right with that pick, is what you
yeah,
say.
Well, I already used that, so
I
I want
know.
something original.
I chose Armageddon because even though I prefer the sound of Something Ain't Right, I love the visuals of Armageddon. And I think that was really special,
Mm.
like the music video and everything.
I'm going
I got
sticky.
you.
I am also going Sticky.
What did Garrett choose?
Sticky.
Come on, you love this song, Spencer. Sticky. You commented on her on the bicycle.
Did I? Was that not you?
You're like, I just love her on the bicycle.
I mean, like, I can't critique the note. I got the same notes written down.
I think I'm gonna use my coin flip for this.
Okay.
Bruh.
So
No way.
so
Oh
everybody's using
boy.
everybody has one coin flip. I'm using it for this one.
Okay.
I'll choose tails.
Okay.
Something's wrong with your phone, Anthony. Like 3 heads in a row.
So that's what, Sticky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Ooh. Okay. Girls Never Die or
Oh,
Magnetic.
wait. I have to think about how the songs go.
I think I would have to go with magnetic because like Melissa Ann had previously mentioned, like there's so much that magnetic does that girls never die like doesn't have like I can't remember if there's even a choreography that goes with girls never die. Like I just remember the music
Mm.
video, but
Hmm.
like with magnetic, like the hand movements were so iconic and the song is super catchy. So that's my reasoning.
I think in this moment I would have to choose Girls Never Die just because I feel like Magnetic could be overplayed, but Girls Never Die, you just
Never
can go back
Dies.
to it. Yeah.
Mm.
Ah.
I'm gonna say
I'm
mine as magnetic just so it makes it harder on Anthony.
I think that I also have to go with Magnetic.
Okay. Cool.
I think
Attraction.
Magnetic. That's crazy.
Sherlock agrees. Was that your dog, or was that a dog out here?
Not my dog,
Oh, different dog.
indeed. Okay. I'm just insta Armageddon.
Yeah, I
Armageddon
agree.
as well.
Sticky. Yeah, sticky.
Spencer.
I mean, I still
Sticky.
think Sticky's better.
Then that's your answer. And that means that I need to
Yeah.
pick the Tails. I'm the goat.
Okay.
Armageddon.
Notice
I'm the
how
It's
Anthony's
a
goat.
been
little
picked
sus.
all of these.
Yeah.
Anthony's song's been picked for all of these.
This
All
one
the
has
coin
to be a
flips.
Because I'm
best.
the
This one has to be a best of 3 though because it's top 4. It's in
if
final
we
4.
if we disagree. Okay, so let's do third place match first.
Yeah.
Um
Girls Never Die.
I
Sticky.
I think Girls Never Die actually. um
All right.
yeah, I
Well,
think
we'll leave
Girls
it to
Never
the
Die, so that's another
followers.
2.
Give your votes.
Actually
post it.
true.
We'll post it for the next podcast.
Okay, so
Here,
this is
here. So I like Sticky because of the like summer vibes, and I just prefer those vibes over Girls Never Die. What's one thing that could convince me otherwise?
I like the vocal like I like the vocal kind of variation in Girls Never Die versus Sticky. Sticky feels a lot more like talky, rappy.
Hmm.
Whereas Girls Never Die is more melodic, more has higher melodies in the chorus. Um, and so yeah, like you said, it like Sticky, it the talking, rapping, or whatever fits with like the upbeat, quick nature of the summer song or whatever. Girls Never Die is going for a bit more powerful, instrumental, like backed, melodic, big
Yeah.
grandiose thing. And so that's my choice, is that grandiose thing.
If you can name all the members of Triple S, I'll go. I'll pick them.
Okay, we've got Nakyoung, we've got
No.
Sohyun, we've got Dahyun, we've got Sinyu.
We got probably a Chaeyoung in there somewhere.
Yeah, there are actually two Chaeyoungs.
The Jimin.
No, I'm yeah, we need to get Timothy in here. He would have the shout.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Okay, are we doing a coin flip? 2 out of 3 coin flip?
I'll give it to Girls Never Die.
Yeah, I'll take Sticky
Okay,
as
you're the
4.
goat.
That's not bad.
Okay. Then, last but not least,
Magnetic.
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 I hate y'all. I literally hate y'all. It's funny that for me, Magnetic literally lost to Untouchable. There you go.
There you have it.
Yay! So first place Magnetic, second place Armageddon, third place Girls Never Die, and fourth place Sticky.
Now it's
Yeah.
your turn to guess who chose what. Each of us chose 4
Yeah,
songs
everyone
to put
submit your brackets before watching the podcast episode. We're going to post a form on our Instagram. Everyone fill out your brackets.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that was fun.
That was really fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how many tiebreakers we needed.
I know,
in. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that means that we all have really good taste.
Okay. Like I don't know how that math checks out, but sure. I'm down for that.
Wait, why?
Because
Wait, I don't get it.
if we have differing opinions of what we think is the best or whatever, then I'm like, how can we all have like good opinions if we're like disagreeing? Like I get it's fine, if
I
we're
don't know what
talking
I'm
about
trying
like
to say.
No, I mean we all have different tastes and we find each different songs good, which is good because we have wider reach.
Yeah.
And
Like
breadth
it
of
wasn't an
knowledge
easy
and
bracket.
taste.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't just
Yeah.
everyone, which I guess that's the point, right? Is if
Yeah.
there are so many upsets in March Madness that you're never really able to truly predict how it's gonna go. So
Yeah.
write that down.
All right. Well, that wraps up our episode 6. Remember again to go follow us at multilife.pod on Instagram, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.